Hello, folks. Welcome, welcome. Super happy to have you. Let's see. Scenes. Oh, ooh. Howdy, folks. This is messy. Let's clean that up. Hey, all. Happy to be here. Still no camera. The way that I thought I was going to be able to do it did not work. And so here we are. But by this time Monday, I will have a camera on Twitch. On not Twitch, on TikTok as well. If you do really want to see my face, I am also live on YouTube and Twitch at VJ's Creations. So coming out there. But otherwise, hello, welcome. A bunch of YouTubers are going to be doing like a 5-room dungeon thing, and I am joining them as I'm doing my foray into the YouTubes. Yeah, that was cringy, I know. And so starting off, we're making a monster, right? Because my 5-room dungeon is essentially, God, what is my 5-room dungeon? My 5-room dungeon is a group of like insurrectionists or revolutionaries, whatever you want to call them, who tried to overthrow the government. They failed, and the players were hired to go and deal with them. And the remaining kind of the ringleaders have holed up in their secret base, and they're trying to. Hey, good to see you. These insurrectionists or revolutionaries, whatever you want to call them, are trying to unleash their creation to give it one last go, possibly go scorched earth kind of vibes. And the players have to deal with the big bad boss. And so we're gonna design hopefully the boss today. What did I do? I love Minecraft, especially modded Minecraft, and there's this one mod called End Cataclysm, which has a bunch of like bosses in Minecraft. This one is the Netherite monstrosity, and I wanted to get some inspiration from this. So yeah. Hello. How's it going, friend? What are you up to? Let's see. Got to do the announcement on what's it called? Not Discord. Got to do the announcement on Discord that I am live. Let's see. All right. There we go. All right. Procrastinating going to run errands. That is super fair. I would also procrastinate doing that. Errands, yikes. Leaving the house, But all right, let's watch this fight. I did this fight, so it's kind of underwhelming, but let's give it a go. Because here's the thing. I thought this thing was going to do a lot more damage than it did. I thought it was going to have a lot more abilities than it did, and it was, hey, Ghost. I'm designing a monster for a 5-room dungeon thing a bunch of YouTubers are doing. And so we're going to take a look at the Netherite monstrosity from the Minecraft mod End Cataclysm. I like how he looks, and so I am 100% going to draw this guy like this. However, his combat's kind of boring, right? You know what? I'm going to speed this up. Can I make this faster? Playback speed. Faster. Playback. You know what? We'll settle for that as the playback speed, right? Okay. So far, pretty much all this guy does is, like, at this point in the fight, a slam attack that launches you in the air, right? At a certain, like, this is so boring. Because I've seen a fight like this before. I've seen people fight this thing before, and when I saw it, there was like lava flowing out of the wall. So I assumed he had like an area of effect thing that he could like summon lava spouts and all this other bullshit. Not the case, which is completely disappointing personally. Oh, look at that. That launches you in the air, slash, if it makes a direct hit, pushes you backwards. Okay, now when you, at this point, which I think this is like the midway point, when you when you hit the creature with a melee weapon attack. Can I see my Twitch right now? No, I cannot. Hey Isaiah! Hello friend! Welcome! I'm joining a bunch of YouTubers doing this 5 dungeon room video, and mine is gonna feature a like boss like this. And so was watching this to like get some ideas on what to do with it. But it was a very underwhelming fight. Like I was deeply disappointed in this fight. Like it didn't even last 3 minutes. They did nothing fun. No, like when you hit the creature with a melee weapon attack, with a melee attack maybe, you take fire damage. Hello, welcome. We're designing some monsters for a YouTube video. Thanks for joining. Yeah, it was so underwhelming because I've seen this in other like YouTube videos, never the fight exactly, right? And so I was 100% assuming that it was gonna have like more cool things happening with it, but it did not, and that's fine, I suppose. Let's see. Live design. All right, so we're gonna just transition back to my design thing since there's nothing else we really need to watch here, and then we're gonna go to the live screen over here, and we're gonna like that. Hello, folks. Yeah, so we are going to make a. I hate when I assume something is cool. It literally, I was like, oh, this is gonna be so cool. It's gonna have such cool abilities. Literally, not only did I think it was going to be cooler, I thought it was going to be harder. So I geared, like, mind you, I fought this thing not in, like, my normal world, right? I fought it in a, like, like a world that I used to test out mods before I put it into my normal world so I don't break it. And so I'm sitting over here like, okay, this is just so underwhelming. I geared up all the way. I was like, let me put on the best armor here. Like, let's do this. Didn't need to do that at all. Complete waste of time, but it's all right. Could have been worse. YouTube videos. But let's talk about what we're actually going to do for this, like, Lava Guardian. Because I want to do it in at least 2 different things. It's going to be in 2024 and 2014. All right, so Lava Guardian. Actually, for those of you on YouTube, let's see. Window capture. Nope. Cancel. Here we go. Window capture. Let's go to, yeah. Let's go to Chrome. And y'all can be in the design space with me as I do this. All right, let's make this bigger. Let's make this about 25 so y'all can read it. Yeah. Unfortunately, can I? Hold on a second, folks. Let's see. Select. Can I do this? Apply. Cancel. Show. Haha! I can do this with YouTube. Okay, everybody can see this. Cool. Everybody can take a look at this. Okay, so Lava Guardian. So first things first, obviously it's going to have that massive slam attack. Slam attack, if you get hit with it directly, you get thrown in the air and pushed back X amount of feet. If you're in the radius of the attack, you get thrown into the air X amount of feet. X amount of feet, right? I think like it'll hit down, slam you up into the air. Ooh. Okay. If you make a melee attack against the creature. You take fire damage. Let's double check some things, right? I can put this over here. D&D 5e spells that deal that are melee spells. Okay. Vampiric touch. Yeah. That's right. It's just a melee attack period. If you do a spell, a melee attack spell, then yeah, you're also going to take the fire damage. So those are the kind of two things. What challenge rating tier is the Guardian supposed to be? That's a really great question, Isaiah. So here's the thing. Hey! Good to see you. It's been a hot minute. I'm designing a monster for a 5-room dungeon thing a bunch of YouTubers are doing. So Isaiah, and also if y'all see me answering stuff and you're not seeing people's comments, I'm live in 3 different places, so they might be in one of those other chats. Okay, I get to decide what the challenge rating for this particular 5-room dungeon is, and so it's really just up to me. But I think ideally it would be a deadly encounter for 13 for people that are at least 13th level. And deadly encounter as in including the creature itself and its minions, because there's going to be 4 wizard artificer multi-class guys in there, guys genderless, and then on the way into the place they're going to deal with a delayed fireball hitting them. They're going to have to deal with fire-based creatures being summoned and attacking them. So the whole dungeon is going to be dangerous. On top of that, I'm going to add, it's going to also have I'm going to make the base for the monster in the lair, and then I'm also going to give them some additional abilities they can add in case they want to crank up the difficulty. Hello, welcome. VJ, I wasn't elected as Pope, so I am starting a schism. I am hereby declaring myself as Pope Peter II. You know what? More power to you, Pope Peter II. I don't know if that's how that works, but how does the attack work if the targets are flying? It does not. Honestly, it doesn't. I think, okay. I mean, historically, there have been schisms caused by someone declaring themselves Pope. So in theory, okay. How does the attack work if the targets are flying? So if a target is flying, I don't think the slam attack in the end that works. This guy is big, so I am gonna give the Guardian a decent size reach. So if there's a flying creature and they get within reach, it is going to pummel them. I think probably what it'll do is still shove them back if it attacks them directly, but they're not going to fall out of the sky, obviously. They're not going to be thrown up into the air, that kind of thing. But yeah, okay. So of course, Ian is my first follower. I'm here to recruit you to spy on Ian because she will betray me. I'm sorry, I don't spy on black people for white folks. Sorry, Ben. I mean, historically, there have been schisms caused by someone declaring themselves Pope. So, in theory, all right, well, valid. Good luck with that, Pope Peter II. Okay, what other abilities do we want to give this Guardian? I think a lava spray out of the mouth would be a good idea. Lava spray. So, essentially a breath weapon. The creature's lair is the final room in the dungeon, right? And the lair is this place. VJ, don't go abusing your access to my psych information. Whatever you say, Ben. The lair for this creature is The location of this 5, give it a reverse fire thing that comes from underground and up. That's, ooh, I like that. Reverse fire pillar from the ground up. So this 5-room dungeon is located underneath a dormant volcano, right? The players come through a bunch of cave systems, which is technically not a part of the 5-room dungeon, but if the DM really wants it to be something, I'm gonna toss in like a little like generated map in there for them too. They can go buck wild with that, whatever. And when they're inside of the like cave, unless they're resistant to fire damage, they take 1 point of fire damage for X amount of time inside of the cave, right? Essentially, they'd probably determine that via like, hey, let them make an investigation check, and however long, like, and that investigation check determines how long it takes them to like navigate the cave, unless they're stopping, right? Etc. And then when they get into the area proper, I'm thinking it's gonna be like Constitution saving throws to not take fire damage, and if you fail to save, you take fire damage and you get a point of exhaustion. Does the breath weapon just deal damage like a heat ray, or does it leave lava pockets on the ground, creating a new hazard and changing the battlefield? Hey, it's good to see you. It does in fact create a new hazard and change the battlefield. Thank you for reminding me of that, because I wanted that to be a thing. Creates new hazards on the battlefield. I'm also thinking I'm also thinking the creature, ooh, is gonna have a, man, what's that one thing? Oh God, hold on. Constructs that heal when dealt damage. 5e. There's a construct out there. What is it? Nope. Like when they take lightning damage or fire damage or something, they get better. Which one is it? Let's go 2014 5e tools, because I think the 4 wizards / artificers, is it the flesh golem? Shambling Mound. I don't think it's the Shambling Mound. Absorbs lightning. Flesh golem? Is it? Let's look at the flesh golem. IDK about construct, but the Shambling Mound also. Are y'all for real? Damn, y'all might be right about the Shambling Mound. Fuck, I've used that thing before. Absorbs lightning. It's like Frankenstein. Hold on a second. Yeah, I used which I mean, there's a Shambling Mound in the Curse of Strahd game, and I kind of souped it up a little bit. Okay, let's see. First, let's look at the Shambling Mound, because what? There's a psionic Shambling Mound. That's cool. Oh yeah, whenever the Shambling Mound is subjected to lightning damage, it takes no damage and regains a number of hit points equal to the lightning damage it was dealt. Okay, okay. So essentially, it's going to have that, right? It's also going to have fire absorption. And specifically the at least 2. At least 2 of the like 4 wizard artificers are going to be pumping fire magic into the creature. So they're gonna want to deal with the wizards as well. There's a fiendish flesh golem too. Let's see. Yep, the flesh golem also has lightning absorption. It's both of them. Hi, welcome. I'm designing a monster for a 5-room dungeon thing a bunch of YouTubers are going to be doing later in the month, and it's called the I guess right now it's called the Lava Guardian. It might be named something else. And so we're just kind of plotting out its abilities right now. Yeah, 100%. It's going to change subject to fire damage. Okay. Fire damage. All right. Okay, let's see. What other abilities should my guy have? Okay, let's look up all the different fire monsters that exist in 5e. Ooh, there's Hands of Havoc Firestarter. Who the fuck? What is this from? Mortar's Planar Parade. What is this? Havoc Hammer, Havoc Flask. Oh, I'm gonna, did you say this was a construct? Okay, so it is, so here's the thing. It's kind of both, right? So a bunch of wizards slash artificers, right? They're multi-class little guys. It'll look like that on their like stat blocks. Got together, built this thing, infused it with like elemental energy, fire energy specifically, but it is very much a construct. So it's a bit of both. Ooh, a fire aura. Fire aura, obviously, when you're near it, it takes damage. Also, I think the fire aura deals damage and removes and gives you vulnerability. Now, if you are resistant to fire damage, it just removes the resistance. There we go. It'll just remove the resistance. A lot of contrasts can have their form changed. Yeah, that's right. Immutable form. Fire damage immunity. Ooh, instead of healing from heat, what if the fire damage still harms it? It's not burning, but it's losing. It still takes damage, but also activates a reaction. Otherwise, gains advantageous action economy. What would that look? What do you think that looks like, Breckland? Because here's the thing, I'm definitely giving it fire damage immunity. Give it haste when it takes fire. Ooh. So it doesn't heal, but fire supercharges it, and oh, I like that. Instead of fire absorption, gains haste. Ooh, we'll call it supercharge. Supercharged. We'll call it supercharged. Charged. Good ideas, both of you. Until the... Would it also gain lethargy after the 2 rounds? Here's the thing. I don't... Would it also gain lethargy after the 2 rounds? So, here's the thing. I don't think so, specifically because, I don't... Or maybe reverse it so that it needs to take fire damage to perform legendary actions. Would it get the lethargy after 2 rounds? Would it get the... Instead of fire absorption, gains haste until the end of... So first, I think the haste is going to be until the end of its next turn. Like, that's going to be like, it doesn't last forever. And then, does it gain lethargy? I know it's lethargy, but I like saying lethargy. VJ says lethargy, weird. Would it gain the lethargy after like 2 rounds? Would it gain that? Make the lethargy effect one of the casters boosting. Make the lethargy effect one of the casters boosting it. Maybe it does gain lethargy, but lethargy ends if the haste is triggered again. Ugh. Make the lethargy effect one of the casters boosting it. Oh, okay. I was reading that and my brain was not understanding what I was reading. Ooh. Okay. Okay. Here's what I'm thinking. Right? The lethargy effect goes to the caster. If it takes cold damage, if it takes cold damage, if it takes cold damage, it cannot use legendary actions until the end of its next turn. So you go an entire, because I don't think I want to, ooh. Okay. Left lethargy effect. It'll be vulnerable. Okay. Cold damage vulnerability. If it fire damage equals haste for a round, cold damage slowed for a round. Could be a huge weakness though. Hold on 1 second, folks. I gotta, let me block this Klux Klan member. Or cold damage removes the haste, but all of the effects on the monster. Or, okay. Fire damage equals haste for a round, cold damage equals slow for a round. We could do slow for a round. Or cold damage removes the haste, but all of the effects on... Dinner, can you expand upon that? My brain is not clicking with what you're saying right now, and I don't know. Sometimes it just doesn't. I need like it like further stated or something. So cold damage does no more damage, but also ends the haste effect on the contract, and if any, on the construct, and if any. The Artificer have effects that removes them too due to the link. Okay. Okay, so it'll end the haste effect. Okay. I don't think it would actually do any... Okay, so here's what I think will happen. If it takes cold damage... ends haste effect, the spellcaster still gets the lethargy, and God, here's the thing, I don't know how does this link work. And the spellcasters take half the cold damage. Half the cold damage dealt. Okay. Okay. I think it'll be like that. I do need to think about how the link works exactly. Okay. Cold damage vulnerability. Okay. Okay. Let's see. What else do we got going on here? What else am I doing? Okay, let's see. Slam attack, lava spray, reverse fire pillar from the ground up. Ooh, what's a fire fist? What the hell is this? This is from Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica. Nope. What's a fire gaunt? The Crimson Rays. The fire gun emits beams of fire from its eyes, mouth, and wounds in a 30-foot cone. Ooh. We should probably gives a burning effect to create. Oh, wait. I know what this will be for. Wait. I know what I want to add into this. Where is Flea Mortals? Where's Flea Mortals? Hey, Flea Mortals. Here you go. Nope, that's where evil lies. Here we go. Flea Mortals. So, I designed 3 monsters in Flea Mortals. One of them being the Basilisk, and I gave it a shake ability. Oh, also, okay, wait a minute. Lava 5e. Okay, let's see. Lava 5e rules. I'm gonna have to. I have the 2014 Dungeon Master's Guide 2 somewhere. I'll pull that out in a second to take a look at it. But ooh, okay. We're looking for the Basilisk real quick. Yeah, page 48. 46, 47, 48. Page 48. Okay, Basilisk, Toxic Ichor, Poison Splash. When the Basilisk takes piercing or slashing damage, their wound spews poison. Each creature within 10 feet of the Basilisk must succeed in a DC 12 Constitution saving throw or be poisoned for 1 minute. Save ends at the end of their turn. Hello, welcome. I'm designing a monster for a 5-room dungeon for Dungeons and Dragons. Okay. Hi, Ben. Hi, Pope Peter II. So we're gonna also give it a fire splash, right? This will be a reaction it can take. Bless this stream and bless this creator. Okay. When the LG takes piercing or slashing damage, their wound spews lava. Each creature within X feet. Okay. Medium monstrosity is 10. Medium, large, huge, gargantuan. The question here is, what size am I going to make this guy? 10, 15, 20. I could probably go with huge. Make a dexterity saving throw or take fire damage. Maybe it might be something else besides fire damage, because for this it poisons you. Wait a minute. What level? Great question. I get to decide. I'm imagining this encounter is supposed to be deadly for 13th level players, right? So I'm not sure exactly what CR that is yet, so I'm just kind of getting ideas out there of what the abilities are going to be, and then I'll do the actual math for them. What if I add a thing? It's essentially a slowed, what if instead of fire damage, it essentially gets the... Hold on. It's not quite... Hold on. Let's look at slowed, right? Get out of that. Slowed 5e. slow. Dang, autocorrect. Let me say, oh, not, oh, yeah. Let's see. You alter time up to and it can't use reactions. You know what? I think instead of it doing like fire damage, it'll essentially give an effect. It's not quite slowed, right? But it does or suffer X effect. Creature can only take action or bonus action, and movement speed is halved until the end of their next turn. Okay, so it's like essentially what I'm trying to get at with that is, you know, when it's, oh, let me scroll down for y'all. You know when when it's like super hot and you're exhausted and you can barely do anything. So I'm kind of trying to feel that effect, like the fire inside of the creature, like there's lava all around, but what is actually inside of the creature is also supremely hot. Like it's hotter than the lava. It is disgustingly hot. Not exhaustion per se. Not even per se. Not exhaustion, because getting exhaustion is also effective being inside of the room, potentially. I am going to suggest Fusion Engine Hot, probably. I am going to suggest, if they're running this guy, either in 2014 or 2024, that they, like, instead, like, I like the 2024 exhaustion rules. I think they're a little too punishing. So in the game that I'm running with them, it's 1 point of it. It's like -1 instead of -2 per level. And so I'm going to suggest that because it is a little punishing. Love water. Okay. But yeah, essentially that, like, you're so hot and it's so you're so hot and it's hard for you to function. Okay. So that's one thing. Fire aura. If you're resistant to fire damage, just removes the resistance. Immutable form, fire damage immunity, cold damage vulnerability. What else do we got going on here? Let's see. Ooh, I do want to give it a death burst. Creatures that have death bursts. Hold on. Hello, welcome. I'm designing a monster for a 5-room dungeon for Dungeons and Dragons. You got to manage it too much. Maybe I'll say, hey, cap the amount. Hello, folks, welcome. Cap the amount of exhaustion they can get up to 3. Like, after that, they've kind of acclimated to the situation. Monsters with Death Burst. D&D 5e. Methods, Magman. Okay, methods. Let's go look at a method. Method. Let's see. Magma method. Death Burst. Yep, I'm going to give it a Death Burst. Death Burst. Methods are, okay, small, medium, large, huge. 5, 10, 15, 20. Yep, we're going to go 20 feet. Explodes in a burst of lava. Each creature within 20 feet must make a DC X dexterity. Is this the final? This is in fact the final encounter. So throughout this thing, so if the DM wants, when they're in the cave, they're like, because it's underneath a volcano, so having fire-based creatures in there, fire newts, etc. is fine. So I'm gonna be like, hey, if you want to have your players deal with some creatures in the cave, here are some fire-based creatures they could encounter, right? But the main fight, like, and when they get into the, like the first room in the 5-room dungeon, sets off, has an alarm and a glyph of fireball, right? A high level fireball. So when they get in there, they're gonna they'll trigger some fire damage, right? And then they have to go through two other rooms. Like the dungeon itself is shaped like an arrowhead. It's shaped like an arrow, right? So it's room 1 connects to room 2, which has a teleportation circle in it, which no longer works because they triggered the alarm, and therefore they deactivated it, right? Has a teleportation circle that no longer works, which is how the artificers got from that main room from the secondary room to the boss lair room, right? And then they have to go around to the corner rooms to get a key to use on either side of the boss room. Like this room, this dungeon specifically that they built was like, okay, we need it to be built under here so that we can use the fire and heat to create this monstrosity, this guardian monstrosity. However, they also wanted to make sure if they got followed and they could get in here, it would be hard for people to get in. So they go into either side room, they get a key from either side, and then when they both the final boss room has a lock, right? And they have to make a dexterity check or whatever check, sleight of hand. And if they fail that save, whichever side fails it, triggers a fight, triggers some creatures to be summoned, right? So there's not a whole lot of fighting happening leading up to them getting here initially, unless the GM like really wants to do that. I'll add in tools for that, but otherwise, the like this is the main time when they're going to be fighting. So there's a lot happening with this guy. There we go. Got my tongue ring back in. Or take X, X fire and bludgeoning damage on a failed save or half as much on a success. Ooh, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna give it crit negation, actually. Let's see. I'm gonna give it negates crits due to what it is made out of. Okay. Also, let's look at some. Ooh, that's what I want to look at. Okay, ancient red dragon layers would be probably a good thing to take a look at, actually. Ancient red dragon lair. Yeah, ancient red dragon. Magma rests from pointing the ground. Okay, a tremor shakes each creature be knocked prone. Volcanic gases. Volcanic gases. Actually, my thought was that maybe the death throes rather than a blast trigger the tunnels to collapse. But to be interesting, there has to be something limiting how quickly the heroes move, like fights on the way out. Maybe. That's not a bad idea. Let me put that in there and I'll think about it. Ooh! And triggers the volcano. Would need interesting fights, obstacles to get outside. Okay. 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 What am I doing? What am I doing right now? Hello, welcome. I am designing a monster for a 5-room dungeon thing YouTubers are doing this month. Da, da, da. Okay, I joined over here so I can type faster. Welcome! Thanks for being over here. Okay, negates crits due to what it's made out of. Ooh, maybe they can escape the collapsing tunnels, but if they stop in each room to do a thing, it slows them down while they're trying to stop the eruption. Oh! Right. Oh! They can try to stop the eruption. Because here's the thing. The volcano erupting is bad, right? For the immediate area. It is it's a big volcano. Ooh, yeah. They can try to stop the eruption. It'll destroy the immediate area, including where the person paid them is from. Okay. I like that. I like that, actually. To what it's made out of. Let's see. What else? What else can I do here? Ooh. Who is... What am I doing right now? Let's see. Oh, first off, I need a piece of fruit. I need a snack. Okay, let's see. There are 4 rooms outside of the boss room. If there are 4 bad things the eruption can do, then each room where they stop and solve a puzzle reduces the surface damage by 1 bad event. Hold on. Is there a way to stop... How to mitigate the effects of an... Ooh, you know what? I know what to do, actually. I know what to do, right? So here's what I think is going to happen. 1, 2, 3. So the first room is literally just an entrance room, right? The other 3 rooms do have tools and materials around them, but they also have deactivated portals to the plane of fire. And if for every room they go into and reactivate the portals, they do have to tweak it a little bit so that it's pulling stuff in rather than spewing stuff out. It'll mitigate the damage that the volcano does. Yeah. Now, how much damage it mitigates is going to be dependent on how well they do it, right? So, for example, let's say someone messes with the portals, right, and they get a nat 20. If they somehow get 3 nat 20s, it completely negates whatever the volcano's about to do. You have recreated the portals. They're powerful, and they are going to like just suck up all the lava. Like, they are literally, the lava is flowing into them. It's dragging all of this heat in. If they get 1 natural 20, it'll like, you know, we'll figure out exactly like what the range for that is. But yeah, that's what we can do. That's what we can do. 3 rooms have deactivated portals to the plane of fire. Wait! The boss room also has a deactivated portal. 4 rooms, including the boss room, have deactivated portals to the plane of fire. If they reactivate and reverse, the portals helps mitigate the damage. Single nat 20, 1 half 50%, 2 nat 20s. You're telling me the percentage of them actually being able to do that. What's the percentage if it's 4 nat 20s? Depending on how well they roll. Let me scroll down. Wait. How well they roll determines the damage mitigation. I'll go 4 nat 20s completely negates all the volcano erupting damage. Okay. Negates crits due to what it is made out of. Hello, welcome. I'm designing a monster. Okay. Of course, this creature needs this guy needs lair actions. TSR archive. Do they have a ooh? They have a, let's see. Sventsorgveresh's volcano lair. I don't think I was going to pronounce that correctly, and that's fine. Let's see. What's going on in this? Entrances, crater rim, magma methods, obviously. Keen senses, source. No, I don't want any of that. Let's see. Maybe there's a cutscene when the Guardian dies, someone reopens someone thing, and the hero see how it reduces the pressure. This could be what communicates the need to vent the pressure. Odds of 4 is 1. Actually, I think what'll happen is, ooh. Okay, so what about, ooh, you know what? I know how they're connected. Oh my god. Okay. Here's what it is. Here's what it's gonna be. The 4 artificer wizards connected their lives to this creature. They can't die as long as it's not dead, right? They can suffer effects. When the creature takes cold damage, it essentially slows or freezes them for a round. Whatever, right? Like, they are affected by it as well, right? they have some of its like abilities, like they're resistant to fire damage, right? Wizards are freaky. They tied themselves, and when the creature dies, I think one of them says no. I think as before they're dying, their last breath, like because mind you, these guys are revolutionaries or like whatever, revolutionaries, insurrectionists. They are fighting against their government for whatever reason, not because they want to kill everybody in the area, but because they want the government out of there. So if the creature dies in here, it'll trigger an explosion, and they know that. And when it's about to die, they're like, you have to reverse it, because as soon as it dies, they die. And they share that because they don't want everybody to be killed. I think as the creature explodes, as the guardian explodes, oh my god, as the guardian explodes, they don't die instantaneously. It's kind of like, and they're like trying to make their way towards the portal to start it. And when they realize they're not going to make it, they turn to them, you have to reverse it. Everyone will die. And then they die. And then they die. Why do you hate your players, VJ? What do you mean? This is even for y'all. I'm making this for other GMs. I have done nothing wrong here. Oh my god, this is excellent. We stand Vic, the eccentric villain. Thank you, Isaiah. The Wizard Artificers have tied their lives to the construct. When it dies, they die. When it dies, they die. As it dies, they are trying to reach the portal to the plane of fire. And they're trying to reach the portal to the plane of fire. And when they realize they can't, and when they realize they can't, they turn to the players. You have to reverse it. Pointing to the portal. Everyone will die. Will die. Okay. Yeah! Yeah! Oh, I like it. I like it. The real question is, can whatever I'm about to make be ran in 4 hours? That's the real question. Okay. Okay. It also needs lair actions, right? It does. Let's see. Hello, welcome. I'm making a monster for a 5-room dungeon thing a bunch of YouTubers are doing later this month. Everyone will die. Everyone will die. Okay. Obviously, we need some environmental effects. Ooh! Okay, so When the creature slams its fist into the ground, I know that was loud, sorry folks. Visual effects, you know how it is. When the creature slams its fist into the ground, it releases little pockets, right? Like little like, you know how fuck, what's the word? Volcanoes have like toxic gases. It's also like no, it's not that. Noxious smoke. It would essentially be okay. Okay. It would be nauseous smoke. A cloud of thick dark. I don't think it would be that big. Okay, hold on. Maybe not that. Excuse me. Excuse me. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, okay. When the creature uses its... Hello, welcome, I'm making a monster for a 5-room dungeon for D&D. When the creature uses its slam attack... When the creature uses its slam attack... As a reaction, it can create a... thing. It can create a thing. It can create a thing. What can it create? It can create a... crack in the ground, which creates... noxious fumes. Which creates noxious fumes. When a creature starts or ends its turn in the area, they must make a Constitution saving throw. That's not a bad idea, actually. When a creature starts or ends its turn in the area, they must make a Constitution saving throw or take XDX poison damage. 4 damage thresholds. Each time its HP drops. Hello, welcome. I'm designing a monster for Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, 2014 and 2024. 4 damage thresholds each time its HP drops below one of the... Yeah. One of the thresholds. That'll be their problem. One of the thresholds. A lair action triggers and one of the wizards die. I like that. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. Okay. I like that a lot. Okay. What do I want to do right now? I know what I want to do. I need to clean this up a little bit while I'm looking at it, because it'll also help me think a little bit more about what I'm doing. No idea what that is. Extra fun. Yeah, extra fun if they do that, which their fault, not mine. 5-room dungeon. Okay. Google spreadsheet. Okay, cool. We're gonna move this over here. Okay. Name. Type. Description. Okay. Slam. Attack. All right. Lava spray. Attack. Breath weapon. Creates new hazard on the battlefield. Reverse fire pillar. I'm gonna make this a legendary action. If this was a summoning completion of the Guardian, maybe when there's only one wizard left, he loses control of it. So the Guardian's already completed at this point. They just had to like activate it, which required the 4 of them to be there. Like when the players get in there, cutscene, the wizards are finishing up an incantation. And boom. Format, wrap, legendary action. What's a fire? Hold on a second. Ooh. Is there a spell that does like... Ooh. Is this free? You know what? Legendary action is going to do Fire Cyclone. And this is something... Yeah, it's going to be from Kibbles Tasty. Okay, that's what the reverse fire pillar is going to be. It's just going to crack up out of the ground. Fire absorption trait. Nope. Okay. Fire splash. Reaction. All right. Okay, supercharged. Supercharged. Trait. Fire aura. It's a trait. Immutable form. That is also a trait. Immunity. Damage immunity. I'm going to make it immune to fire and poison. Damage vulnerability. Vulnerability is going to be cold. Death burst. Traits. Triggers the collapse of the volcano. Let's see. Hold on. Let's see. I can't remember which. There's one of these guys that just has the like. It says it negates stuff. I'm gonna go on mute as I have a little cracker. That's what I'm looking for. Lord of the Blades. Trait. Any critical hit against Lord of the Blades becomes a normal hit. Okay. So. Okay, so that's the Lava Guardian, right? What else? Ooh, here we go. Okay. All right, let's see. Okay. Okay, okay. Ooh, all right, come on, get that off there. All right, so okay, so right now we have the slam attack, right? Oh wait, what's the Azer has the thing I'm looking for as well. Come on. Come on. Heated body. Trait. Ooh, wait. Fire elemental. I'm pretty sure the fire elemental has... I think I'm also going to give the creature water susceptibility, maybe? Actually, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. It's fine. Magical 5. What's the language for the magical ones? Okay, so, like, I need a celestial. All right, let's go with Deva. No. Magic weapons feature 5e. Which creatures have it? Creatures with magic weapons feature 5e. Okay, the Merilith. Hold on, let's look at the Merilith. Magic weapons trait. The creature's attacks are magical. Okay. Okay, so we need No, wait. The reverse pillar of flame is going to be a lair action. So let me double check something. Yeah, the reverse pillar is going to be a lair action. Ooh, let's see. Okay, I'm also going to give it a rock attack. Rock. Attack. Creature rips up a 5-foot section of the... Ooh, I'm going to give it freedom of movement. Trait. Okay, the creature rips up a 5-foot section of the ground. Coats it in lava and throws it at the players. Hey, I finally managed to catch you live by being up an ungodly hour. I know it's you, Nick. I can see your name. Hello, friend. So right now I am designing, so a bunch of YouTubers are doing a 5-room dungeon thing later on in the month, and I'm designing a creature for it loosely based off of something I saw in a modded Minecraft server. Yep, I was like, I know who you are. I can see you. Don't make me excommunicate you. Isaiah says Nick because Isaiah is in the Twitch chat right now. It's not, no, it's not for a game jam, although I am going to be participating in multiple of those. So there's this one guy who does a bunch of 5-room dungeons, I think. And the challenge is it's to make a bunch of 5-room dungeons for like DMs to use and whatnot. Technically it's supposed to take 4 hours to run. I'll probably have to cut back on what I want to do here, but yeah, so I'm making the boss for the final fight. A creature rips up a 5-foot section of the ground, coats it with lava, and throws it at a player. Why would you excommunicate me? What does that have to do? What did I do? Also, I'm not Catholic, so I don't think you can excommunicate me. How dare you address me? The area where the rock ripped out is now difficult terrain. Okay, what else? The target is unaffected by difficult terrain. Okay, there are a bunch of traits in here. View, freeze, up to 1 round, right? Data, short seat from A to Z. Okay, so we have 2 attacks, slam and rock. We have the lava spray, which is a breath weapon, which, you know, creates a thing, and that's on a recharge. We have one lair action. So, okay, what I need is 2 more lair actions and something. Okay, slam. legendary, action, rock, legendary, action. Like, that's fine. I need one more legendary action and two more lair actions. Summon fire methods for a lair action? Maybe. Or as a legendary action. Okay, so hold on a second. Let's, summoning something does sound like a good idea. Hold on, display 1 tab. Bestiary of the fire plane, hold on. A bestiary of fire. No mundane creatures live in the crematorium. The heat is just too much. Yet if you think that the plane of fire is some kind of desert, we're only Okay. So this has a list of a bunch of different fire-based creatures. Gotta get ahead of that. You do have to get ahead of that action economy. Alright, so are basically the animals. No, not that. Azers, obviously. Monadic, Deva mention. Wait, is there a 5e version of this? Wait a minute, or did they just make it? Oh, it was made. What is this from? What is this even from? Huh. Okay, we'll come back to that later. No 5e. It's just flat and Deva. Somebody did make it though, because it's a part of something. Azers. Firebat, no. In order editions, there are 3 types. Cinder Brute, what is this? Okay, let's see if I can't find Dungeon Magazine. Yeah, I can in fact find Dungeon Magazine 110. Let's see, we're looking at page 86? I don't think it has 86 pages, but alright. I'm pretty sure it does not have 86 pages, but okay. Pickford Combusted looks sick. Oh man, maybe it does have 86 pages. Hold on. I don't know how it does, but all right. Oh, it's probably 2 per page, or maybe it's not. I don't know what I'm looking at, but it's fine. I'm just gonna find this stat block. 90, 88, 87, 86. Cinder Brute. Okay. Let's dodge. Solitary Squad. This creature's ashen body is human in shape, but only in the abstract sense. It carries a battered iron shield in one arm and a warhammer for iron shod stone in the other. Cinder Brutes wanted the inner plan of making war on interlopers and each other if there aren't any invaders to fight. They are often summoned to the material plane where they have an instinctive sense of who they're supposed to attack. Okay, maybe the Cinder Brute. This looks kind of cool. I'd have to tweak it. I don't really want it to have, like... I think I would have to tweak the Cinder Brute specifically. Like, I'd probably want to give it, like, an ash spray. Which, I don't know what. But we'll put it up for consideration. Hold on. D&D 5e monsters that summon creatures as a legendary action. Archdevil. Also, Nick, what time is it where you are? Okay, so maybe I'm looking for... Mummy Lord. Okay, Nick. You know what? Happy to have you hanging out with me. Lesser Mummy Lord? Why are they the same challenge rating? That's weird. Legendary actions. Let's see. Let's see. Attack, yeah. Blinding dust. Blasphemous words. That can channel with the Mummy Lord. Magic unleashes negative energy. Whirlwind of sand. Okay, that's a lie. Let's see. The Mummy Lord does not summon shit. Okay, let's try the Aboleth. Aboleth. What am I doing? Hello, welcome. I'm designing a monster for Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. If you're looking them up, some of them have summon actions as a sidebar. Yeah. I don't think that's right either. I don't think Davis can do that. Davis can't summon things. Alright. D&D 5e monsters that summon creatures. Also, while that's loading, let me get my Dungeon Master Guide out for 2014. Oh, it's over here. All right, folks, 1 second. Away from the camera. All right, let's lift you up just a little bit. Okay. All right. Come here. Ah, there we go. Okay, I think it's okay. Let's see. L. Not larva. I want lava. Okay. Let's see. Hello, welcome. I'm making a monster for 2024 and 2014 Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition. DMG lava rules. Like, what's the page it's on? 249. There we go. Improvising damage. A monster effect typically specifies the amount. Example. 18d10 being submerged in lava, being hit by a crashing flying fortress. 10d10 crushed by compacting walls, hit by rolling steel blades, wading through a lava stream. Jesus Christ. Hold on. Obsidat. Watch Vic say it's actually super lava. VJ, you wouldn't deny God's emissary on Earth access to is this AI channel, would you? I'm not Catholic, so I don't believe you are that. So yes, I would. Oh, ooh, okay. Okay, cool, cool, cool. I will unfollow you on everything, Ben. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. The one portal, the one fire portal. So previously in this, it's like all the other fire portals are turned off, but this one is on. No. You know what? This is fine. This is fine. I'm gonna do 1d4. 1d4 plus 1. Summons 1d4 plus 1 fire creatures. Don't know what those creatures are. Summon. Legendary action. Okay, so we have 3 of those, and now we just need 2 more lair actions. You move your body like a cyclone. Shady got lips. One second, folks. I gotta check something. Okay. I'm gonna jump out of a window, actually. Hold on. Okay. Is it like an yeah, it's a constructed elemental. Let's see. All right. Salamanders, that's what they're called. Okay, let's see. What am I looking at right now? Let's see. Let's see. What if the layer actions involving slag? What? Since conjuring fire lava could do something with melted steel. So, first, slag? Melted steel. So here's the thing. There's no like, it's the area around them immediately is all stone and whatnot. Stone, cave stuff, that kind of thing. The construct itself is, I guess made out of might be made out of reinforced metal from the elemental plane of fire. I don't know. What am I in here looking for? Wait, that's right. Hold on. We're gonna pick a little guy. So it might be the Cinder Brute, right? Cinder Brute. Let's see. Combusted. These things are a raging inferno surrounded by greasy black smoke, wearing charred clothing. Let's look at Combusted for 2E. Let's see. Melee. Blazing howl. The combusted screams in agony, causing a burst in the flame. Damage each creature in the area. Action is slag. Ooh, wait a minute. What if I give them an option? I think I might give them an option, right? Drake Fire, Freet, Elemental Fire, obviously. Elemental Inferno. What is this guy? Of course, all elements are very much so more than a fleshy outsider might realize, but in the heart of flames, that is very apparent. What does this guy do? Ooh. I like Elemental Inferno. That's fun. Also, this website seems like a paradise, adding to my bookmark immediately. Its protective frame eventually melts off, turning into a sleeker creature. Elemental Inferno. Okay. Ember Fox. Emberling. D&D 3E. Let's see. Emberling. Abilities. Does it attack? Ooh, burn? What is burn exactly? Oh, come on. Why is burn not in the special attacks? Combat manifestation. Weapon finesse. Okay. That thing looks creepy. Not doing it. Fire minion. Fire newt. Fire myrmidon. Fire tail. Blaze Worm. Ooh. Flameling. Flame Spirit. Fire Tongue Frog. Ooh, that would be interesting. Fire Fundamental. Gen Fire. Fire Genasi. Fire Giant. Fire Gnome. Hargan Grew. Interesting. These guys look cool. D&D 2e. Very rare. Accumulation Day. Omnivore. What's Fire Gout? What is Fire Gout? Hold on a second. Don't know how well this would work within the con of D&D, but what if a layer accepts a construct from elemental temporarily for 1 round? So they're considered 2 creatures until they recombine in the next layer action. I don't think that's I think that's an interesting idea. I don't know how well that would be. I don't know how. So, essentially, you'd be fighting 2 creatures for a round. And the homie would get 2 attacks. Huh. They should probably still share HP, but it just allows the creatures to attack more often for the thing. They share They share HP. They'd still share their legendary actions, but it's just like, hey, you can do these like. Okay, and then we'll also go with the elemental Togru. I think would be cool. Okay, so that's 3 legendary actions, and now I need 2 more lair actions. Two more lair actions. Oh, wait. One of the lair actions is the separate. There we go. Lair action. What's the terrain? So it's okay. So right now the first layer action is like fire cyclone, like the flames like burst out of the ground and it hit a creature, right? They're in a dormant volcano. So the creature has a lava spray ability that already that does change the terrain a bit, but I'm not against fissures. Hey, Michael, what's up? I'm making a creature, a boss creature for a 5-room dungeon thing people are doing over on YouTube. Can I get it multiple lair actions, maybe? Wait a minute. Okay, hold on. I think lava fissures is a good layer action. Yeah, I think that's a really good layer action. Creates pools of lava around the area, changing the terrain. Okay. Okay, actually, This is pretty good. This is pretty solid. Okay, we should talk about the wizard artificers. Ooh, okay. Because obviously they're like they have to have their own stuff as well, right? If I back it up. What are my little guys doing? Magic mech suits. War artificers, right? Oh, Nick, you weren't here when I don't think you were here when I said it. The artificers can't die unless the construct does. They tied their life to it. So they get immunity to fire damage, immunity to poison. But as the, like, we're going to give it damage threshold. So as the creatures, man, if we give it damage threshold, I might need to give it a way to heal. Wait a minute. Can you heal constructs with a Hold on. Hold on. Heal construct spell. Wait a minute. I know what I can do. I know what I can do, actually. I'm going to give this creature regeneration. Regeneration ability. That's going to be a trait. God. God. 5e creatures that can regenerate. Vampire. Hold on. Okay. I know exactly what I'm going to do here. Okay. Let's see. No. We're getting rid of the fire absorption and doing supercharged. I just put it in there because it was on the list. The supercharge, which gives it the haste ability, right? Regeneration. Okay. The LG regains X hit points at the start of its turn, as long as it has 1 hit point and a spellcaster has used its turn during this round or the last round, just a round, to cast mending on it. Okay, so that's how it gets regeneration. That's cold damage to negate the regen. Can do so players think it's down, then okay. Okay, so here's the thing. The artificers can't die unless there's only one of two ways the artificers die. One, you hit the damage threshold and one of them. Two, you kill the creature outright and then all of them are dead, right? Like the spellcasters don't have hit points. They're just, or if I give them hit points, it's going to be infinite, right? They don't die. You can target them with like you can target them with cold spells, which will, no. You can target the wizards the wizard artificers, the wartificers, as Isaiah puts them, can be targeted with spells like slow. Like if they're hit directly with cold damage, they're like frozen for a round and they can't do anything for the creature. Like you can target them like that, but they don't have hit points themselves. Okay. But yeah, so it's regeneration traits. It should get legendary resistances. There's so many traits going on with this creature. Like, this is so much. This is, how many traits does this have? Let's see. We're getting rid of fire absorption, so we can delete that. Traits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right now, there are 22 things involved in this guy between reactions, traits, attacks, and layer actions. What CR is this thing? No idea. I get to decide that. It's supposed to be deadly for level 13. I'm probably gonna have to bump that up because this is getting ridiculous. This is getting redonkulous. Or I could also not use all of these traits, right? And then leave them as, because there's a somebody shared it with me. Hold on. What's it called? There used to be these things, they're called lair assaults. There used to be these things called lair assaults. Hey, welcome back. And essentially, is this 3.5? This is either 3E or 3.5. Okay, let's see. Okay. They used to be called lair assaults, right? And if you showed like proof that you did it, you can get like, if you did use stuff like this against level 3s, the man is a monster. They were called lair assaults. They were like challenges and whatnot, and you could turn up the like, man, you could. Nick is up at 4 a.m. You could, oh, I gotta go actually. You could turn up the encounters by adding more monsters, by giving the creatures more traits. So probably what'll happen here is I'll pick a couple of these traits that I'm like, this will definitely happen, and be like, hey, if your guys are blowing through this, consider adding these traits. You can have them happen at different damage thresholds. You can say, okay, as you've hit this threshold, the creature clearly grows stronger as you are wearing it down. So I'm probably not going to use all of these traits. But on that note, folks, I do in fact have to leave. I gotta go. That's 2 hours for you folks. Let's see. Did I forget something here? No. Okay, that is great. So I'll catch y'all, later. Ooh, why does this look like this? End screen.